Okay, sorry about that. So hopefully you were able to figure out that I had a second video. I only have a limit of 10 minutes on these videos, so we can run out of time. Okay, so I've got to redraw this really quick. So we talked about how this top part is the intro paragraph with our hook, our bridge, our context, and then our thesis. Okay, so that again is the intro paragraph. And then we have divided it into, you guys already have this divided up for you. So we're talking here, if you have the 3 boxes, we're talking point by point. So we had our point 1, which was going to be selflessness. And we talked about how our first subject, which we are saying is the classical hero, exhibits selflessness. We gave an example. We tied that back to our selflessness point. Then we moved to our second subject, the everyman hero. And we talked about an example from the everyman hero, how they exemplified selflessness. And then we have our explanation, tie it all back. And then we end with a link sentence which wraps up this paragraph. Okay? Then your second body paragraph is your second point of comparison. Let's say it's the bravery, the courage piece. You are going to start with the same subject. Subject 1, the classical hero. You will have an example. You will have your analysis. Then you will move to your second subject. So you may be saying that everyman heroes don't have the courage or bravery or realize their courage or bravery in the moment. It's afterwards that they think about it. Or whatever you are going to say. Maybe they do realize their courage or bravery. You will provide an example, analysis, and again, wrapping up. So I want us to break the habit of having links go from paragraph 1 to paragraph 2. Okay? We are not doing that. That is not what we want to use for a link. Okay? We want our link sentences to wrap up, to tie everything back to our topic sentence for that paragraph. Okay? So the links should be wrapping up this whole paragraph and not leading to the next one. That's what the transition phrases at the beginning of our paragraphs are for. So then you get to your third paragraph. You have your third point, which is maybe their reactionary status. Are they well thought out? Are they just spur of the moment? Go with it. So again, you start with your classical hero. You have an example. You have your analysis. Then you go to your everyman hero. You have your example. And you have your analysis. Whew. And then you end with the link sentence, which again is wrapping up the whole thing back to your topic. Down here then is your conclusion. Okay, so this follows the format that you have in your writing handbooks of the inverted triangle, where here at the top you start with your rephrase thesis, then you address the so what, and then you end with a kicker sentence. I'm not going to write it all out. It would be way too much with this little pencil icon here. But you can refer to your writing handbook. I think it's like the 3rd or 4th page in there, the conclusion paragraph. Your intro paragraph format is also there with your hook, your bridge, your context, and then your thesis. So this is the point by point. You are simply taking your 3 points of comparison and making those the main ideas of each body paragraph. The reason the box outline is nice is because you can visually see the lining up, the lining up of information across the board for your subjects that come first, your evidence analysis, and then the subjects that come second. That's the big thing with compare contrast, is to make sure everything is in order. Okay? Now, if you wanted to do the subject by subject, that is the other alternative on those outlines. So we're going to erase this as best we can. And it's going to get kind of messy, but I just don't want to run out of time on this. Okay, so your subject by subject is very similar. I will do this in, we'll just do it in black again. Okay, so instead of 3 boxes, you have 2. So your first subject is your classical hero. Let's say that. So your topic sentence is about your classical hero. You would have your first point, which is selflessness, an example, and analysis. Then you have your second point, say bravery. Again, evidence and analysis. Then you have your third point, reactionary status, evidence, analysis, and then your link sentence, which wraps it all up. Okay? Then your second body paragraph is your second subject, the everyman. So again, selflessness with your evidence and analysis, bravery with your evidence and analysis, and reactionary status with your evidence and analysis. A link sentence to wrap it all up. So again, you will notice everything goes in the same order. That is the huge piece with compare contrast, is that your paragraphs line up and are in the same order. Notice that in this one, if you do subject by subject, you'll only have 4 body paragraphs, but they will be bigger body paragraphs because you are adding in another point besides the 2 subjects. So either choice is fine. It's your option of what you want to do. You can just, go ahead and pick one of the ones for your outline. Now, I'm really hoping that you guys aren't too confused with all of this. I wish that I could be there to help guide you, but we are just going to give it a go. Try our outlines. I will clear up any confusion tomorrow because I will check these outlines tomorrow. Okay? So the next slide, I'm going to pop up your assignment of what you need to do. If you looked at your information this weekend, then this should just be plugging in the information that you found, because you should have your 2 subjects. You decided if you were going to do classical heroes, everyman, tragic, or epic. And then I even gave the option of the anti-hero. So if you want to look at some of the anti-heroes that we have, you could do that as well. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click to the next slide. I just don't want this to show up on the next slide, so I'm making sure that it's erased, to give you guys the assignment that you need to work on for the rest of the period. Okay. Get rid of that big chunk. Okay, hopefully that's good. All right. Okay. So your work is to choose one of the 2 styles of outline, the point by point or the subject by subject. You are going to work on completing the outline using the information you gathered this weekend. So you're basically just plugging in your information, the 2 subjects, 3 points of comparison, and the examples and evidence. Since I am not there, you don't need to show me your outline. I will check them tomorrow. So if you finish your outline before the end of the period, you can start drafting. That is what we're going to work on in class tomorrow, but it would be super helpful if you got ahead of schedule. So tonight for homework, you need to read out of your books and finish your outlines. We're going to draft in class tomorrow, but you can start working on it tonight if you finish your outline. And then you also need to work on No Red Ink Unit 2. Have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Get to work.